From the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics. This is Sports Extra.
It was a tale of threes for Tar Heel athletics this weekend.
That's right, Kate. Field hockey's Charlie Bruder scored 3 goals on Friday. Women's soccer won 3-0, and so did men's soccer. And the football team fell by 3. Good morning and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Charlie Costel.
And I'm Kate McCullough. Yet another heartbreaking weekend for Bill Belichick and his squad.
And that's why there's no better place to start than field hockey. On the road in Syracuse on Friday, second-ranked North Carolina field hockey faced yet another tough ACC test. It didn't take long for Carolina to get rolling. Less than 3 minutes in, Charlie Bruder fired one in off a setup from Sana Hawk and Danny Mendez to give the Tar Heels an early lead. Syracuse would answer with a strong second quarter, scoring 3 straight to take control heading into halftime. But UNC came out of the break refocused. Bruder found the back of the cage again off a feed from Riley Heck to bring the Heels within 1. Moments later, Danny Mendez tied it up thanks to a sharp assist from Bruder. And with just 19 seconds left in regulation, Bruder sealed the deal. Her third goal of the day lifted North Carolina past Syracuse in dramatic fashion, 4-3. Field hockey continued their New York stint at Cornell. Carolina started off strong with the UNC penalty corner turned goal by Charlie Bruder less than a minute into the match. In the second quarter, Kara Heck snuck a rebound off a Cornell save for her second goal of the season. Cornell answered back with a quick goal, but in the fourth quarter, the Heels finished it off with another sister connection. Riley Heck assisted Kara Heck to tip it in right in front of the net. And in the final minutes, Coco Courtwright got in on the action, netting the match's final goal. The Heels win easily, 8-1.
The field hockey team is on a 6-game winning streak, putting up 60 goals so far this season.
Yeah, they look super strong moving into playoffs. Their next opponent is number 46 Richmond, so it shouldn't be too tough of a test. But after that, they've got number 8 Duke.
And I wouldn't count Duke out. They are super strong, and if the Heels hold on, they can possibly be the number 2 ranking during playoffs.
For more, let's take it to field hockey analyst Sophia Gray with more about the difficult victories. Sophia?
Thanks, Charlie. North Carolina may have outscored Syracuse and Cornell 12-4 this weekend, but it was Friday night's comeback that set the tone for the sweep. A big part of that success was Charlie Bruder, who notched a hat trick against the Orange. Here's a look at what made her so effective. Now, Riley Heck, she's got the ball right here. She's going to bring it into the shooting circle. She's really going to toe the line. Now I'm going to stop it right here because she's got 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 defenders that are going to be crashing in. So she does the smart move. Instead of taking it one-on-one, she's going to thread the needle and pass to her teammate, Charlie Bruder, who quickly scores and cuts the deficit down in half. Now, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. UNC still pushing towards the end of regulation. I mean, we've got 25 minutes left in the play. So Reese, she's going to drive the ball down the field. She's going to pull both defenders towards her, leaving Bruder wide open. She's going to have a one-on-one with the goalie. Now, she misses the first shot, but she has a sliding second shot, preventing this game from going into overtime. Now, UNC is approaching the postseason. They have 2 more games remaining in the schedule before the ACC playoffs begin. But I think this Syracuse game proves anything. It's that this team has grit and determination to fight back from any deficit. Obviously, North Carolina never wants to find themselves in a hole, but Friday night's game showed the Tar Heels can stay composed, capitalize on key moments, and shift momentum when it matters most.
Thanks, Sophia. Let's see if UNC can carry this momentum over to Friday night's game.
You don't need to be a varsity athlete to play at UNC. The women's recreational lacrosse team focuses on fun, friendship, and staying in the game. Ellie Bowman has more.
Stick checks, fast breaks, and plenty of laughter. The women's rec lacrosse team isn't just about competition. For these players, it's about connection.
I love this team so much. It brought back my love for the sport, and it's just a good time being out here.
There are no tryouts. Anyone can join, from total beginners to players with years of experience. That makes this one of the most accessible rec teams at UNC.
I love the women's rec lacrosse team because it is my community. When I was just a lowly freshman with no friends, these are the ladies that supported me and became some of the people that I go to today, and I just love all of them.
For rec president Mary Brayman, the weekly practices are about keeping things fun and keeping the friendship strong.
My favorite part about lacrosse is being able to come out every Sunday, dance, have a good time with a bunch of friends, and play the sport I love.
For these girls, the team is more about just being together as friends. It's about practicing together and doing what they love. UNC Women's Rec Lacrosse gives players the freedom to simply enjoy the game together.
Heels on three, heels on three. 1, 2, 3, heels!
I'm Ellie Bowman reporting.
They practice every week and welcome anyone. No tryouts needed. And on Friday, the volleyball team looked to stay undefeated in the ACC in an away match against Boston College. BC started strong, leading the first set 7-2. A 10-point run for the Heels put them back on their feet, and North Carolina narrowly edged out the Eagles, taking the first set 25-22. Riding on that momentum, the women started the second set with a fiery 11-2 run. Chelsea Thorpe's tactical blocks and sharp kills accounted for more than half those points. The Heels won the second set 25-15. The third set was back and forth, but a kill by Sophie Hampton closed it and out 25-22, a clean sweep for North Carolina. On Sunday, volleyball stayed up north to play Syracuse. The first set was back and forth. UNC's Chelsea Thorpe closed it out with a kill. UNC wins it 25-23. The second set was a constant battle, and Syracuse took the win. The Tar Heels came out ready for the third set, and Bridget Malone led UNC with 7 kills in the set, winning the third set 25-14. The Heels then took control early in the last set and won 25-13. The Heels prevail 3-1 and move to a perfect 8-0 in ACC play. This combo of Thorpe and Hampton proves to be a very strong duo.
Yeah, they've been playing at the top of their game, but it's important to note that they're still ranked number 21 in the NCAA, so they have to continue to stay on their heels and play at the top of their game if they want a chance at the postseason. But they're not the only ones looking for a chance at the playoffs. After a disappointing loss to Duke last week, the 23rd ranked UNC women's soccer team looked to bounce back against the SMU Mustangs on Friday. Scoring started early with a header coming from sophomore Caitlin Mara off a Tessa Delarose corner in the 9th minute. Just minutes later, Delarose lined up another corner, and Mara sent in another header to secure a brace. Aggressive defensive play would limit the Mustangs to just 5 shots on goal in the second half. The battle finally let up when Olivia Thomas drew a foul, marking the Tar Heels' first penalty kick of the season. Kate Fossey utilized the kick to make the score 3-0. Carolina would walk away from the evening with their first road win in more than a month.
Coming up, a tough midweek loss. The men's soccer team hoped to rebound Sunday night against Virginia Tech. The game started with impressive attacks for both teams, but around the 30th minute, Dan Klink scored off a header assisted by Ryan Dugan just 30 seconds after he entered the game. Following numerous shot attempts by the Heels, Bertel Rygaard Hansen weaved between defenders and tapped it into the corner of the goal, making it 2-0. Minutes later, Rygaard Hansen scored again, assisted by Gabriel Bracken-Serra. Heels win 3-0 to get back on track.
Let's toss it over to soccer analyst Ellie Bowman. Ellie, what changed from Wednesday night to Sunday night?
Thanks, Charlie. I'm joined here today by team captain and midfielder Andrew Check. Andrew, welcome and thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So the difference yesterday was confidence and connection. After struggling to finish chances on Wednesday, the Heels looked composed, creative, and aggressive against Virginia Tech, and it paid off. Yesterday's 3-0 victory was one of UNC's most complete offensive performances of the season. Sharp passing, strong defense, and key moments from the bench. How are you and the team feeling after coming off of last night's result?
Feeling good. It was a tough one Wednesday, but able to get another win and back-to-back ACC wins, so feels good.
It's quite impressive. We're going to go ahead and break down 2 key plays from the game yesterday. Let's go into the first goal. What's happening here, Andrew?
Yeah, so Dan and Ryan, right off the bench, they've been great for us all year, and I think that was Dan's first touch of the game. So him and Jack able to get in there, and Dan with his 4th goal of the year, which is great.
Amazing shot. We're going to go and look into the second goal for, who was this, Bertel?
Yeah, so
Yes.
Bert's second last night, and if you want to go back there, Gabe unselfishly kind of draws 2 guys in and then lays it back to Bert with a great shot, and able to get those 2 guys going on offense is going to be huge for us down the stretch.
That was a smooth pass right there, just showing how great y'all's amazing footwork is. 2 great plays that showed UNC's depth and attacking confidence heading into the final stretch of the season. Andrew, thanks for joining us today. Congrats on the win. And Charlie, back to you at the desk.
A complete team win for UNC. 3 goals and a clean sweep. Doesn't get much better than that. Thanks, Ellie and Andrew.
At home for ITA Regionals, women's tennis looks to send players to the NCAA Individual Championships. Sunday, Obi Kajuru and Susanna Maltby defeated a Duke pairing and an NC State pairing to set up a semifinal match today at 2:30 against a Clemson duo. The UNC pair can qualify for NCAAs with a regional championship. In singles, Thea Radman cruised to the quarterfinals with a 6-1, 6-4 straight sets win. Thea is currently playing against NC State's Gabriella Broadfoot. Thea can qualify for NCAAs with a top 2 finish.
I feel like I have to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to be positive there and just compete well. Trying to be aggressive and stick to my game, which I think has been super helpful. But bringing my energy has been super helpful also the last couple matches, so just trying to improve like that.
This weekend, the men's tennis team headed to Cary to compete in the ITA Carolina Regional. 3 Tar Heels competed in the qualifiers. Freshmen Case Schinnerer and Ian Mayu both rallied in their singles matches, advancing to the main draw. In doubles action, all 5 UNC pairs swept in the first round. On day 3, Rowan Jones became the only remaining Tar Heel competing in singles after defeating NC State's Jules LaRue in straight sets. Former junior doubles partners Ian Mayu and Case Schinnerer upset Wake Forest, the nation's 11th ranked doubles pair. And on Sunday, Rowan Jones fell in the quarterfinals to Wake Forest's Luca Pau in a suspenseful tiebreak match. In doubles, Nick Mangiapane and Logan Zapp's run ended after UNC Wilmington defeated the duo in straight sets. Ian Mayu and Case Schinnerer won both of their doubles matches and will compete in the finals today. Until the spring to face rival NC State in baseball this year, as the two met at the Durham Bulls Athletic Park on Thursday. It was an old-school pitching duel through the first 6 innings as UNC rolled out a mix of new and veteran arms. NC State scored first on consecutive defensive bobbles by the Tar Heel infield in the top of the 7th. UNC responded quickly as Cooper Nicholson grounded out, scoring Jake Schaffner. UNC took the lead in the 9th, plating 2 runs with hits from Tyler Howe, Carter French, and Michael McGinnis. Tar Heel closer Walker McDuffie shut the door on State, wrapping up a 3-1 win against the Wolfpack. Kate, it's really nice to check in on our Diamond Heels in the fall semester, and I don't know about you, but I'm really happy with what I'm seeing.
I agree, yes, aside from some bobbling, looking around the plate, locked down from the mound to the plate.
What more can you ask for?
Not much, and I hope they relished with the victory because not every team was able to fend off the pack. Carolina varsity sports are not the only teams wearing Carolina blue that are firing up. Many club sports like club softball are going strong. Marilee Tu talked with a senior on the team.
It's like a good, strong backbone that you continue to carry with you.
Senior Emma Hooks is a lifelong softball player who continued her passion to play ball throughout college on UNC's club softball team.
There are 6 conference teams in our division, and so we play in the fall and the spring, which is a little different from a typical softball schedule. We have 18 girls on our team this year, so it works out well, just kind of playing with different rosters and trying out different things and positions for everyone.
For many athletes like Emma, club sports here at Carolina give them the opportunity to continue a passion they had since their childhood without the stress of a varsity sport.
I've been playing softball since I was about 3 or 4. It's been a really big part of my life. When I was younger, my dad even built a whole softball field at our house, and we have indoor batting cages. And I knew coming into college, a lot of things were probably going to change, and I really wanted something to be consistent and just something regular that I'm comfortable with. And softball has always been like a constant in my life.
Emma cherishes more than just the sport itself. It's her relationships with her teammates that kept her coming back year after year.
We all went through the long, hot days on weekends playing travel ball everywhere, and it just gets grounded and rooted in you as a person. And so when you come out here and you run around with other people that were honestly raised very similarly to you, it's like a comforting place to be. And just, it's nice to always kind of have a piece of home and who you like have been forever.
I'm Marilee Tu, reporting.
If looking to continue your childhood sport in college, check out all of the club sports UNC has to offer.
Carolina Women's Golf hosted the Ruth's Chris Tar Heel Invitational at Findlay Golf Club. The Tar Heels finished 24 over par, placing 6th in a stacked field. Freshman Grace Ridenor led the pack for Carolina, tied for 8th.
Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels made their way to California to take on the Golden Bears in what was a late game here on the East Coast. The Tar Heels started off the night with a fumble in their own territory, leading to a quick Golden Bears touchdown. Belichick and the crew answered with a rushing touchdown by Michigan transfer Benjamin Hall. After some back and forth action, North Carolina headed into halftime down 14-10. UNC fell down 11 before a late game push when Nathan Leacock catches it and scores with 3 minutes remaining to put the Tar Heels up. Well, almost. It was punched out on the 1-yard line and the Bears took possession in the end zone, resulting in a touchback. And that sealed up the game, sending the Tar Heels packing, making them 0-2 in ACC play and 2-4 on the season. That's a tough one to let slip away. Once again, football didn't come to play. One day soon, maybe we'll have some positive news regarding the team. But for now, let's see what our football analyst, Alden Archdeacon, has to say. Alden.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. There were definitely some positives to take away. One big one was our defense. They only up 21 points. They forced 8 punts. Really liked what I saw out of them. And then also, you mentioned it, Benjamin Hall, the Michigan transfer. Here he is. He had about 14 carries, about 70 yards on the ground, and this is his second game in a row with a rushing touchdown. If you see here, we're in shotgun, and what they're going to do is they're going to shift these two offensive linemen up top to the left, and it's an inside run to the left-hand side. Hall, all he has to do is just read the gap. He gets it because the offensive linemen do all the work for him. He punches it in and runs over some people while doing so. Listen, those were the positive. There were obviously some negatives because we did lose the game. Very first play of the game, we're going to send 85 Crowler in a motion. It's a wide receiver screen. All these guys are going to block. You can see here, Lopez is going to dump it off. It's a really good throw. Everyone's blocking, doing their job, but we just fumble the ball. Cal falls on it. I mean, very costly because it set the tone early, and then also we normally score on their first drives of the games. So obviously in this one, we did not. And then lastly, we're driving here. It's situational football. We're down 3 points. We're already in field goal range, so we don't want to get crazy here, but we want to score a touchdown. So if you look here, we're in a bunch formation, and you're going to want to watch Nathan Leacock. He's going to run a drag route, and he's going to split the zone. These two guys are going to fall right in between them. As he's running, Lopez reads it. It's a zone. He dumps it off. It's like, oh my gosh, UNC football is going to win a football game against an FBS team. Wait, hold up a minute. No, we fumble it. We don't protect the ball, and we did that all game long. When you lose the turnover ratio 2-0, it's hard to win the game. Listen, it was a step in the right direction, but UNC will still be looking for the first FBS win. Kate?
Thanks, Alden. Let's see if UNC can limit the turnovers in future games.
On thankfully a more positive note, red-hot Drake May and the New England Patriots kept their momentum rolling Sunday afternoon with a win against the Tennessee Titans. May was nearly perfect, completing 21 of 23 passes for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also added 62 rushing yards, showcasing his dual-threat ability. Stephon Diggs led the Patriots receivers with 7 catches for 69 yards, followed by Kayshon Boutte, who hauled in 2 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. May and the Patriots will look to keep their hot streak alive at home next Sunday against the Browns. Now, Kate, it was another fantastic performance from Drake May, and this time around, he topped Tom Brady's completion percentage. Brady had 88.5 at a career high. Drake May, 91.3. And I hear Brady was pretty good back in his day, but it looks like there's a new sheriff in town.
It's good to see Drake May doing so well. I mean, he had 16 passes against the Tennessee Titans, and he continues to take that leadership off the field. I mean, I heard he went to a high school football game in Massachusetts this weekend.
Great to see. I don't know if he was scouting for possible future teammates, but it's good to see that he has support for high school players. Another Tar Heel, Javonte Williams and the Cowboys dominated their division rivals, the Commanders, on Sunday afternoon in a huge blowout victory. Williams led the way on the ground with 116 yards and a touchdown. After a rough outing last week, he bounced back in a big way, running through the Commanders' defense like his rent was due, shaking off defenders and breaking tackles all afternoon. His performance helped the Cowboys secure a commanding 44-22 win over Washington. Williams will look to keep that momentum rolling as the Cowboys prepare for a major Sunday night matchup against the Broncos next week. The UNC cheer team is made up of talented athletes whose spirit and dedication help shape the university as a whole. Gracie Brown shows us how the team goes beyond the sidelines and why being a Carolina cheerleader is so much more than just cheering at games.
Sophomore Eliana Fadique has been cheering for the UNC cheer team for 2 years. She has learned the definition of hard work and teamwork.
Being a part of the Carolina cheer team means holding myself to a higher standard as a student athlete, but also as a representation of the university.
Beyond the skills of stunts and sidelines, she has found herself becoming a mentor younger girls look up to, not just as an athlete, but as a leader and role model. The experiences of performing for thousands, working with her teammates, and balancing the demand of school and cheer have taught her discipline, teamwork, and resilience.
I feel most proud whenever I'm feel like a role model for little girls, because I remember when I was younger and I used to look up to college cheerleaders, and it's just always a full circle moment.
UNC Cheer is more than just game days. It's about confidence, leadership, and inspiring the next generation. As Fadique continues her journey in Carolina Blue, she hopes to leave behind a legacy that shows just how powerful the spirit of cheer can be. I'm Gracie Brown, reporting.
And while the cheers might fade after the final buzzer, the impact these athletes make both on and off the field continues to echo across Carolina.
It was a big night in the pool for North Carolina as the Tar Heels faced rival Duke on Friday. Josh Parent swept the 500 and 1,000 freestyle. Lewis Drum won in the 100 backstroke and the 100 butterfly. The Heels took home wins in both the 200 medley and 400 free relays. On the women's side, Marin Collins won the 200 and 500 freestyle, while Mary McCauley won in the 200 fly and 200 IM. The Carolina men dominated 205 to 95, while the women fell 158 to 142.
The Tar Heel cross country team headed to Madison, Wisconsin Friday for the Nutty Comb Invitational. In a field of more than 200 athletes, BU transfer Vera Schuberg led the women in the 6K race with a 6th place finish in her Carolina Blue debut. Familiar foe NC State won the meet, while North Carolina finished 19th of 30. The men finished 14th in the 8K. Senior Colton Sands was the first Tar Heel to cross the finish line, placing 15th. Now take off your Hokas and put on your skates, because reporter May Proctor takes us behind the scenes to get to know the marketing and media team for UNC Ice Hockey.
UNC Ice Hockey is made up of more than just the players. Behind the scenes, a team of students work tirelessly to run the team's media and marketing.
Obviously, I'm very passionate about, media, videography, photography, and sports. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, and it just allows me to kind of get a taste of what my future will be like.
Now that the team has made the jump to ACHA D1, the players haven't been the only ones who needed to step up their game. The marketing and content team has also risen to the challenge.
My job is elevated. There's a lot more eyes on us. There's a lot more need for funding. The games are farther, the games are on bigger stages, so the media efforts just need to be elevated.
So as we move into this new level, trying to get people that already knew excited, but also trying to get more and more people involved so that as we grow, the student body will grow with us.
A D1 team, I want to create D1 content to reflect what they're doing on the ice.
But it's about more than just content creation for the students on the media team.
Fabulous. It never feels like work. It always just feels like I'm coming to do something that I love.
And there's just such a magic in sports that can't be found everywhere else. And I wanted to be someone that made the magic happen for other people and give them the same feelings that I've had.
I enjoy the family that the media team has. I think, everyone talks about sports and how the sports themselves create a family, but also we have a family here on the media team.
I'm May Proctor reporting.
It's not often we get to see behind-the-scenes action. Thank you, May.
With a weekend full of victory, it's only natural that we got to see some amazing plays. So without further ado, let's dive into this week's choices for Play of the Week. First, we have Bertil Rygaard Hansen, who is played in behind the Virginia Tech defense by Gabriel Bracken. Tara flicks around the corner, which Hansen latched onto before slotting the ball through the keeper's legs.
And for our second choice this week, we have Charlie Bruder's winner against Syracuse. After the ball was played forward to her on a counterattack, her first shot was saved. Bruder got the rebound, took her touch past the keeper, and fired into the goal to win the game with 20 seconds left. A really tough choice, as always.
True, but I have to say I'm partial to men's soccer. It's great to see them picking up on some momentum as they close in on playoffs.
And with that Blue Devil matchup looming just before postseason, they need all the momentum they can get. That does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
We'll be back on Friday with another exciting preview weekend of Carolina athletics.